Hello and welcome to Motion Picture Recaps. Today, I'll take you through a 1980s sci-fi, mystery, drama and film called Predator. Dutch and his elite commando squad arrive in a Central American country that remains nameless. They encounter a general, Phillips, with whom Dutch has previously served, as well as a CIA man, Dylan, whom Dutch also knows. Dylan tells Dutch that a high-ranking cabinet minister traveling by helicopter nearby has gone missing in the jungle, presumably shot down by a rebel guerrilla group operating in the area. Dutch's squad has been tasked with crossing the border and infiltrating rebel territory in order to rescue the man. Dutch's crew were sent by helicopter into the woods at night and hiked toward the insurgent camp. They come upon the downed chopper while on their way. Dutch's tracker is able to ascertain that the rebels did indeed capture the cabinet minister, but that another set of men, most likely additional American soldiers, also went through. Later, Billy detects something close and discovers the flayed and upside-down bodies of 3 guys. Another of Dutch's guys, Mac, discovers a set of dog tags among a mound of intestines. The name on them is familiar to Dutch, Jim Hopper, a Green Beret. Dutch is puzzled and looks to Dylan for information. Dylan says he knows nothing about another team. The team arrives at the rebel camp undetected. Dutch and his team destroy the camp in an all-out assault and kill all the rebels. There are no hostages alive, however. Dutch finds a lone, terrified girl, Anna. They take her along as a prisoner. Dutch realizes they have been set up and confronts Dylan. Dylan confirms that Dutch and his team were merely pawns to destroy the camp and its men. He also confirms that he lied about Hopper's team. When they went missing, Dylan called in Dutch. With no choice, the team heads to the chopper rendezvous point. However, the crew is being followed by an invisible opponent who detects their body heat. The team moves into a thickly forested valley, where they plan to meet their extraction helicopter. Anna hits Dylan with a tree limb and tries to escape the group, and Hawkins follows. When he catches her, a distorted, human-like figure rushes out of the jungle and kills Hawkins. The woman is left behind, terrified, uninjured, and covered in Hawkins' blood. Dutch's Hispanic crew member, Pancho, asks Anna what happened. All she can say is the jungle came alive and took him. Dutch orders the others to find Hawkins' body, which is hanging from a tree nearby. They do not find him, and while he scans the area, he is dead, and his friend, Mac, rushes to him. Mac sees a humanoid-like distortion that flashes green eyes. Mac opens fire with Blaine's minigun, firing thousands of rounds into the jungle. The rest of the team rushes to the spot and also opens fire. After checking the area in front of them, Pancho tells Dutch that they didn't hit anything living. A close inspection of Blaine's wounds shows no signs of shrapnel or gunpowder burns. When asked what he saw, a terrified Mac is unable to identify the enemy. Only Anna finds any evidence, a green glowing fluid on a large leaf, which she doesn't tell anyone about. In another part of the jungle, the distorted humanoid sits down on a tree branch. The distortion turns out to be a high-tech camouflaging device that can bend light, creating the illusion of invisibility. The enemy has been wounded in the thigh, dripping the same sort of fluid Anna had found. It is the creature's blood. It uses a bizarre first aid kit to dress its wound. When it removes the bullet, it lets out an inhuman howl of pain, a sound heard by Anna. Dutch had the team make camp for the night. Blaine's body is wrapped in his poncho. The perimeter is wired with flares and grenades. Mac is given first watch and reminisces about his dead friend. A noise alerts him, and a dark shape falls on him. He stabs it repeatedly, drawing the rest of the team to him. The enemy turns out to be a wild pig. In the aftermath, Billy informs everyone that Blaine's body is gone. Dylan comes upon Mac a little distance away. Mac has discovered their adversary camping out in a tree stand. The two decide to approach it stealthily and kill it. Mac detects a three-pointed laser pattern on his arm while creeping through the underbrush and is slain when he exposes his head to his opponent. Dylan discovers his body a few minutes later. Still moving toward the extraction site, the rest of the team crosses a large tree trunk bridge. Billy, sensing the presence of the enemy, throws away his rifle and faces it alone, armed only with his machete. Dutch ends up sliding down a hill that drops him off a cliff into a river. Dutch swims to the other side and is resting on the muddy bank when his pursuer splashes down behind him. It spots a target in the brush, tracks it with a three-beamed laser scope, and shoots at it, a small rodent, with a shoulder-mounted cannon. The alien does not, however, see Dutch, whose body heat is insulated by the mud on his skin. The creature stalks off. Dutch launches an attack, selecting a good location and erecting a spiked garroting trap. Dutch also makes spears and a bow and many arrows out of gunpowder from his leftover grenades. He also muddies himself to get an edge. Meanwhile, the creature takes Billy's spinal column and skull from his body, cleaning it to use as a prize. Among its collection are the skulls of several more people. Dutch lights a crude torch and lets out a primitive shout, beckoning the alien and dropping the torch over a massive blaze he'd made. The alien appears and creeps over the Dutch. Dutch shoots one of his explosive arrows at the beast, destroying its invisibility mechanism. The Dutch, on the other hand, quickly ran out of firearms. In a pond, the alien takes him. The creature removes its helmet after a lengthy assessment of his human opponent, exposing its face, deep-set eyes, a bald head, deep-set eyes, dreadlocks, and a fang-filled mouth with huge mandibles. It battles the Dutch in hand-to-hand combat, in which the alien enjoys a strength edge over the Dutch. Dutch draws the creature into the spiked trap he'd set, yelling for it to come closer to kill him. The creature discovers the trap and walks around behind Dutch. As it approaches, Dutch discovers that it is standing right beneath the counterweight of the trap. Dutch kicks away the trigger, and the counterweight falls, crushing the alien. Dutch comes in with a heavy boulder to finish it out, but throws it away when he notices the alien is already gravely injured. "What the hell are you?" Dutch asks, and the monster repeats the words. It initiates a timer and opens a panel on its gauntlet, signaling Dutch to flee. The monster chuckles as he does so, imitating Billy. As the Dutch take shelter, a tiny nuclear explosion occurs. General Phillips and Anna, who are flying close in a helicopter, see the explosion. They see Dutch in an incinerated patch of rainforest. Dutch is rescued, looking physically exhausted. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you can watch more video like this.